Hi, welcome to How to D&D. My name is Fred Weller and today I want to talk about Dungeons & Dragons 5e. Today I'm going to talk about the condition invisibility. Invisibility can be found on page 291 of the Player's Handbook. I'm going to give you the basic description of invisibility and then I'm going to provide you with a couple of examples so you know how it works. An invisible creature is impossible to see without the aid of magic or a special sense. For the purpose of hiding, the creature is heavily obscured. The creature's location can be detected by noise it makes or by tracks that it might leave. Attack rolls against the invisible creature have disadvantage, and the creature's attack rolls have advantage against other creatures. The example I have provided you is a castle full of guards that the player characters are trying to sneak into. They have cast either invisibility or greater invisibility on themselves and they're trying to make their way through the front gate. They are located here and the rest of the guards are located across here. Because the characters are invisible, they get to make stealth checks when trying to sneak into the castle. They can do this because they are classified as being heavily obscured. You can only hide if you are heavily obscured. You have something that sort of blocks line of sight. They can still be picked up by sound, so if they make lots of rustling noises or their armor clanks, then that can be picked up by the guards in this castle. They can also leave footprints as they step in, so if there's soft ground that they step onto, that's not going to work. But they can sneak their way into this location provided that their stealth check is greater than the perception check or active perception check of the guards. So the first thing is you need to roll a 20-sided dice and add your stealth modifier. As part of this example, I'm going to use the rogue from the Dungeons & Dragons 5e starter set. This particular character or rogue has a stealth skill of 7. I rolled a 16, I add 7 to that result, that comes to a grand total of 23. 23 is greater than the passive perception check of the guards and probably any active perception check they might make, and I would do this as a group check. They would sneak into this location. They have not been perceived, but if I were to roll really low like the 3 I've just rolled now and add that to my 7, that's only 10. A guard has a passive perception of 12. Now this would represent that they have picked up that particular rogue sneaking into the castle, either by noise that the rogue made or maybe a footprint, possibly even by the smell that was coming off the rogue. Something like a dragon that has true sight can also see invisible creatures. Provided the characters have not been detected, and in this case they haven't, the party have moved into position and they're about to make their attack. They haven't been detected. When you're invisible, you get advantage on your attack if the target you're attacking can't see you. In this case, the rogue is going to use a short sword right over here and attack this guard. I get advantage, I roll 2 dice. Takes the highest result, which is an 18. I add 5 to that for the short sword, and that does a grand total of 23 to hit. That's more than enough to hit the armor class of a guard. That's how it's supposed to work. You get advantage. Now, if I was using normal invisibility, as soon as I'd made my first attack, I would then become visible. If I'm using greater invisibility, I would still retain my invisibility. Let's assume that the characters are using greater invisibility and cannot be detected. Because this guard can't see any of the attackers, they get disadvantage on their attack. I roll 2 20-sided dice and take the lowest result, which is a 5 in this case for the guard, and add 3. That's an 8. 8 will not be enough to hit the armor class of the rogue, and that's essentially how this particular condition works. If you found this video helpful or informative, please share, like and subscribe. Make a comment below if you have any questions about the condition invisibility, and I'll do my best to answer those questions. And till next time, keep rolling those 20s.